we're talking about face today, and it's a very important topic in China. It's pretty much pride, is what it boils down to. It's pride.
We're talking about why face
and reputation.
Yeah, face and reputation runs the entire society here, over law, over everything, and why you should get to know face if you're going to come here.
I'm rolling.
Yeah, I'm JKing.
You are as well?
I think so. Let's see. I shall approach you and then we can check. Yeah, you're on 14 seconds.
Cool. You know what I could use for my face?
What?
Some water.
Yeah, I'm actually really thirsty. A little bit of a backstory here, guys. We are on this big trip. Well, not big, but we're on a trip.
It's fairly big, a couple hundred Ks. Come on.
Yeah, okay.
It's like driving across a whole state.
Oh, look, there's a petrol station up ahead. We can probably get water there. Yeah. Anyway, we're on a little trip, and we've been doing all sorts of interesting things, staying in a really nice hotel, by the way. And if you haven't seen the episodes leading up to this one, I suggest you do.
Yeah.
Thing is, we drank, between the two of us, an entire bottle of whiskey last night, and so we're not in the best of states.
Right.
And so some water would be nice. It's an incredibly hot day.
So bad, and yeah, we're being pretty stupid to not bring water.
Yeah. Anyway,
we're losing face.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a bad example.
I'm sorry. I'm trying my best, guys. This is a very easy topic for us to cover, though, so we don't have to be in the best mental state, because face is so important here.
All right, now we're going to break this up by buying some water at a petrol station.
Yeah, I'm glad that we're like talking through. This guy's a merry old soul.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk you through everything we're doing, so you you really understand. We're gonna go buy water now.
Yes.
In case you couldn't figure that out.
Thing is, they only have like one woman here, I believe, at manning this entire petrol station, and she has to service all the customers. That sounded bad.
That does sound bad, dude. We're not doing well today.
No. Oh, they got Monster energy drinks here now. Look at that.
They do. China's just like bought way into it, but they don't have any of the diet ones, so it's only the sugary ones, which I don't like. They have Capri Sun.
That's nice.
What the? Peach and apple blended fruit juice beverage. Capri Sun in China.
It's weird.
That's like an old drink from growing up, dude.
Yeah, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
How do gas stations work in China?
Nice. You know, I get really pissed. I like ADV because we can talk about stuff that like we don't normally talk about on our other channels.
Yeah.
I was so pissed off when that video did really well on your channel.
Why? So
I mean, no, I'm proud of you and I'm happy for you, but it's unreasonable.
I know. It's unreasonable for me too.
Video over. Look, hey guys.
Yeah, this is
I'm in the gas station. Oh, it's over. Okay, done. Oh wait, no, I missed the start. I want to buy some water. Yeah, my sway.
Yeah. That's how it works, man. All the videos that I put a lot of time and effort into don't do well, but then the videos where I want to, just do something simple seem to do well. I guess there's something to be read into that.
Right. So
anyway, this is not on topic, dude. Like, we got to talk about face.
You know what? I think sometimes people like to see the journey. You know they do.
Yeah, I know. Hey, look, I can see myself in the mirror over there. How's it going? I got my own shades. I don't even buy any shades. I got my own.
All right, I just paid with my phone. Look, guys, it's like, it looks like we're living in the 1970s outside. But we're actually living in the future. Yes. That doesn't make sense. We're living in the present.
Okay, anyway. Face. Let's actually get on to topic here. What does it mean to give someone face?
To give face means to make someone have a better reputation. Why do we have two different sized bottles of water?
I don't know. That's up to you.
What the hell happened?
Let's drink this water.
Okay.
How are we gonna? We can't record and drink at the same time.
I can. Watch.
Oh, okay.
Film me.
All right, I'm filming it.
Ready? Oh shit! I got on the microphone.
You're being silly. I'll just do this.
Mine worked. All right. That's a lot better. I'm gonna save this though. Dude, nice chug.
Nice.
Now I feel you made me lose face, dude.
Here we go. Okay, let me try and give you an example, a very simple example. Let's just say that you are you're learning Chinese or something, right?
Okay.
And I know Chinese very well.
Sure.
And you stand up in front of like a board meeting or something, and you say something, and you make a horrible mistake.
Yeah.
Where you say the wrong word. So instead of saying like welcome everybody, you say something like I love soup, right? Okay,
Right.
and you say that. Now, if I suddenly say, haha, you made a mistake, or no, you don't say it like that, you say it like this, you have now lost face. But
Absolutely.
if I just sit silent there and nod and pretend like you're saying the right thing and that you've said something that's meaningful, I've just given you face.
For sure.
So that's kind of the concept behind it. To give someone face is to not let them lose their pride, not hurt their feelings, and not lose their status.
Right.
All right? That's how China runs.
Right.
Okay?
That actually ties into the whole lack of conflict thing.
Yeah, that we did before, the aversion to confrontation.
Right. So yeah, that is how China runs. And the thing is, like, to go on your example, this is kind of funny.
Do you have a place to... No, never mind. I'll
I
figure
put it in
something
my
out.
jacket.
Okay. Yeah, that'll cool down. It's a cooling effect. Okay, yeah.
There was a woman, and she came to visit the university I was working at, and she was a judge, right?
A judge.
And she comes and she does this speech, and she's so proud that she can speak English, right? She's obviously, judges here, by the way, are like top dog stuff.
Yeah.
Like this, they have the authority to do everything. They're in the party.
Yeah.
Anyway, she was proud that she executed some drug users.
Okay.
And she comes and does a speech in English, and her English was freaking terrible.
Sorry,
Like,
hang on. I gotta do up my helmet. I don't want to execute myself.
you don't want to kill yourself. Execute yourself.
Yeah. You know, China.
Suicide by lack of helmet doing up.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry for the discombobulated episode, guys. I hope you're enjoying it. I know there's some people out there that will. Anyway, her English was so bad, and I'm not going to judge her for that, but you wouldn't make a speech in English.
Yeah.
It's like me, if I tried to make a speech in Chinese my first year,
Yes.
it would have, like, I would expect people to make fun of me, right?
Right.
But everyone just sat there and listened to this frickin' word salad.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even want to imitate it because it'll sound racist or something, but like,
Yeah.
it was so bad. And yet we had to sit there for an hour and listen to her talk in English, a language she barely spoke, right?
Yeah.
Now, everyone sat there and I was snickering. I'm sorry, I was being a dick. Like, it
Sure.
was hard not to, like, take some of the students that were sitting next to me and kind of make jokes and stuff.
Yeah.
But everyone sat there with, like, deadpan faces and clapped every time she said something. And I sort of, this doesn't pertain to it, but, like, I'm just talking about her, like, you know, having face by sitting there and everyone's clapping and stuff. But she ends the thing and she's like, and then I killed them, you know. And she's like, bam, bam, like, put the gun to her eye.
Okay.
Everyone's like, woo, like, clapping and stuff. And I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, I know.
Why are you clapping over someone's execution?
I know.
It's not
ridiculous.
a murderer.
Yeah.
Anyway, I thought that was kind of funny, and that is a very good example of face, because face actually only pertains to and is only important for people of status, like you said.
I have a fantastic example. Okay. Another real life example. My wife, who's a doctor, right?
Yeah. Oh, I love this story.
Yeah, okay. She gets told, sorry, you're not getting a day off this week.
Right.
You know, because they only get one day off.
Right.
Which is Sunday, which is the day we spent together. So I was really pissed off.
Right.
They're like, you must come to this, like, speech conference thing, right? Now, let me set the scene here. You've got some higher up, I don't know, like, doctor. No, he's probably not even a doctor, but he's like high up in the hospital hierarchy. He's like a director or something, right?
Yeah.
And he's going to be doing a public speech. Now, a speech just to the general public.
Yeah.
And they are afraid that not enough people are going to come to this public event.
Because it's voluntary.
Because, yeah, it's one of those like, oh, there's going to be a public speech about like health or something, right?
Right.
They were so afraid that not enough people would come that they forced all of the doctors, all of the nurses from all of the different departments and clinics and hospitals underneath their control to dress up, you know, as civilians, to come and sit in the audience and pretend to be the general public, just so that director guy doesn't lose face.
That is so perfect and exactly represents how stuff works here.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've been to quite a few, like, I'm not gonna say government meetings, but government type, like, dinners and stuff.
Yeah.
The face is so important. Like, these people under the boss of the government leader, right?
Yeah.
They always have to get up and cheers him and make sure that his, you know, drink is always full and laugh at his jokes and he sits in the correct chair and all this stuff. It's an art form, really.
Yeah, the thing is, like, you have to make sure that the big boss gets face.
Right.
Because if he doesn't get face, that means that you're in peril, you know, like you will, like if you make him lose face, you're fired, or
dude, you're
like
screwed. You could die.
You're totally, yeah, you go to jail or whatever. So you know, it's all about making sure that the big boss is given face and he must never lose face. You can't lose face for your department or your company or your whatever.
Right.
You know,
so we talked about face in terms of work, employment, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about face in terms of age. Now, this also pertains to age. And I wanted to say something real quick. Again, face is one of those things that absolutely does not apply in the same situations for young people.
Yeah.
In a young entrepreneurial lifestyle, you'll have face at a cultural level, but not the same level as the elders, you know, kind of run the show. So face amongst your parents. I'll use my wife as an example. If she makes her parents lose face, she's in deep shit, because it's very important that you always let your parents win the argument, or, you know, have, you know, to get face in public, basically.
Sure.
And the kids never, you're not allowed to have face. Your parents always have the face. So like, Vivi has made her parents lose face in public at some point, and it's caused like huge rifts in the family. Yeah. And it's over bullshit. Like over a family dinner, she says something that might be considered like a little bit embarrassing. Like, oh, remember when I was young and like you beat me because I dropped an egg or something like that. And they're like, that never happened. Like blah blah blah. You made me lose face. Shit like that. Yeah. Very important amongst you know, the age gaps, basically.
Sure.
I don't know if you've seen that.
Yeah, I've seen that as well. I mean, it's very, very apparent. Like, you know, we've got equivalent stuff in the West as well, obviously.
For sure.
Like, you know, you'll have like your grandfather like being like racist or doing some stupid thing, and you're just like, oh well, you know, it's just you're just an old dude, or you know, things were different back then or whatever, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's just an example.
Respect.
But yeah, in China, the whole face thing is very blown out of proportion, and that is why white monkey jobs exist.
Yes.
It's because the companies want to look like they want face. So what they do is they want to say, look, we have like a white foreign
we have the budget
architect
to hire a foreign architect.
So it's like we have a foreign architect, but meanwhile they've just paid some random, you know, backpacker like 1,000 RMB to go stand in their office for the day in a lab coat or something and pretending to be like something special, right?
That's how these jobs are born.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, that white monkey job that I spoke about, where I was
bodyguard.
You know, no, not the bodyguard thing. That was different. The one when I was you know, traveling around the country as part of that big construction company.
Right, and you were the investor.
Well, no, I don't know what I was supposed to be, but I was standing up there giving the PowerPoint presentations. I think they were putting me out there as like a foreign architect or something.
Oh, okay.
Because I'd have to just speak absolute nonsense in English at these big government meetings and have a big PowerPoint presentation and point out at the pictures and say, oh, look at the architecture here. It's, you know, it has a very European style, and, you know, that kind of thing. Some nonsense like that. I had to make it up. They didn't even give me a script.
That's hilarious.
You know? It's like, now with added vitamins and minerals, you know, like whatever. I was having a bit of a laugh, but that is because that company needed that extra face, and then people took them more seriously, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So yeah, that's pretty much the be-all and the end-all of this topic. If you're coming to China, just remember that sometimes it's better to let the boss talk crap or your manager talk nonsense and speak untruths. Don't ever correct them in front of other people. Do it behind closed doors, or like approach them afterwards and say, hey, you know, maybe that shouldn't be that way, or you can say, hey, you made a mistake here, but don't do it when they're doing it in front of other people.
For sure. This is I mean, Asia's no stranger to face. I feel like Japan is even much more serious. Yeah. In China, I'd say it's more superficial here. It's more about, you know, the feelings of the person, like the boss, right? He's got to look powerful. He's got to keep that position. Yeah. In Japan, I think it's this kind of more ornate family structure type thing. I could be wrong though. I don't know.
Yeah, it is different, but it stems from the same sort of thing. Yeah.
Of course, same cultural values. Yeah. But yeah, that's face.
Okay, cool. Well, anything you'd like to say to our subscribers?
Whether you have no face, maybe it was ripped off by a bear, or you have the face of a supermodel, I implore you to like, comment, and subscribe.
Okay, and whether or not you believe in just being honest and truthful, or just kind of always dodging and ducking and diving and lying and, you know, being a conniving little non-truth speaker, we love you all the same, and hopefully, unlike this road, you can all continue to stay awesome. Ah, man. As soon as we get over this, I have to turn this down. Camera off, but
I have no idea what you just said.